Hey guys, so I wanted to hop on here and talk about an upcoming surgery that I have, which is my labiaplasty. So, as people may or may not know, genital reassignment surgery, or GRS, which I had last May, was normally a two-stage procedure up until a few years ago. There was the vaginoplasty, which was the first part where they actually create the vagina and the outer labia and things like that. And then there was the second stage, which is the labiaplasty, and that was much more of a cosmetic surgery to work on the labia and make things a little bit more smooth, stuff like that. Most doctors at this point do a one-stage procedure. There's different techniques. I know Suporn in Thailand does a different technique than Marcy Bowers here in the States, and I'm not entirely sure what Broussard up in Canada does, but I don't think it's the same sort of thing. And so basically over the last 10 years, the first stage, the vaginoplasty, has gotten so good that most people don't need to get the second procedure. Someone always calls. Speaking of which, it is the surgery people. Let's see if you can hear this. I don't know where the speaker is. They have this hold music that they've always had. But I swear, like I have it memorized at this point. Well, thanks so much, and I'll hear from you soon, I'm sure. Alright, bye. Okay, so that was actually them to confirm some details for this. And I totally forget where I am, but I think I was explaining second stage procedure is the labiaplasty, and basically it's much more cosmetic. And so basically, I was really hoping I wouldn't have to get the second stage procedure. In talking to Marcy Bowers before my vaginoplasty last year, I was asking about this, and she was saying that it's like 99 out of 100 people don't need it. Like it's a 1 in 100 chance, basically, that people come back for the labiaplasty. And so I was like, all right, that's pretty good odds. But it became pretty clear maybe a couple months out after my first surgery that I was gonna need the second procedure. So like I'd gone back down to do some post-op checkups with Marcy Bowers, and I think it, if you go back a few videos where I'm like talking about being 1 month post-op or something like that, I was talking about how one of the labia was bigger than the other, poofier, basically. But what it is it was like fat distribution between the labia, so like one's a little bit puffier than the other. The other thing is the clit was too low, and don't know how that happened, but it's not something that's terrible or something like that, but when my legs are splayed like that, it's noticeable. And that happens kind of a lot. So this is much more of like a cosmetic thing as opposed to anything else. Anyway, so I was really hoping to avoid it, but the farther out we got from the surgery, the less things started to change. Like the first couple weeks after your surgery, it's healing, swelling's going down, stuff like that. You see a lot of changes, and so we were hoping that would kind of all work itself out. But about 12 weeks out, we were like, okay, this probably needs to be looked at again. So I went into Marcy Bowers, and she said, have I talked to you about the second stage? And I said, yeah, and she says, yeah, we're gonna need it. So basically scheduled a second surgery, and I'm tired of surgeries. I'm ready to not have any more surgeries. But the surgery is going to be for January 12th. So 1 week from today. And the really shitty thing is that it's like an extra $5,000, but Marcy Bowers gave me $500 off because I moaned and complained and stuff like that. Overall, I'm really bummed out that I need this second surgery. I already paid like $21,000 for the first stage, and to pay another $4,000, I'm like, really? Anyway, so in my journey from last year when I got my surgery until now, I've tried to do a lot of research on the labiaplasty and how many people actually need it. And like, is the 1 in 100 thing really true? Because that would really suck if it was. And different things like that, and just trying to get more information about it. But I found that it's really hard to get information about it because there's just not a lot of information that's new. A lot of the information I was finding was from 5 to 10 years ago, and that's just not relevant anymore. So I was hoping to use my video blog and YouTube as a way of collecting my own information on it and sharing it with people, so that if anyone else is considering going for a second stage procedure for labiaplasty or has questions about that sort of thing, they can find it on here. So look forward to that in the next couple days, and some pre-op videos, some post-op videos, and things like that with my thoughts. I'm a little nervous. I'm always a little nervous before surgery, but in the end, I'm also excited to just get this all behind me and move on. So anyway, thanks for listening, you guys, and wish me luck, and I'll see you guys soon.